Hi class, I wanted to do an example of tree diagrams, which you would see in section 19.5, example 3. It says, a couple plans to have 4 children. And in the first part, we're asked to find the total number of points in the sample space, or the total number of possible arrangements of children in this family. For example, at the beginning, we notice that we could have, for the first child, either a boy or a girl, so 2 choices. For the second child, 2 choices. For the third child, 2 choices. And for the fourth child, 2 choices. 2 to the 4th power is 16. So our sample space should consist of 16 possible birth orders of gender. Okay? So I use a tree diagram to begin. To write your tree diagram vertically, notice that we could do a boy or a girl for the first child, and then a boy or girl for the next child, a boy or girl for the next child, depending on which branch you took. And then again, from each new branch, you have another boy or girl option. So in the end, you end up with boy, girl, 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 boy, girl. Okay, your 16 possibilities. Now we're asked to write our sample space. So we begin by looking at our tree diagram and following what our possibilities were. Boy, 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 boy. So I write in my sample space, B, 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 B. Next up, we could have done boy, 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 girl, or B, 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 G. Next up, we could have done boy, boy, girl, boy, 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 girl, boy, B, B, G, B. And then boy, boy, girl, girl, or BB, GG. Continuing, we would get the rest of our sample space the same way. We would get BG, BB, BG, 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 GB, BG, GG, and now if we're clever, we could do the same thing for the other half of our 8 items in our sample space, simply switching the letters. So instead of all boys, we could have all girls, GG, GG, and then here we'd have GG, GB, followed by the opposite of this one would be GG, BG, the opposite of this one would be GG, BB, the opposite of this one would be GB, GG, the opposite here would be GB, GB. The opposite here would be GBBG. And finally, the opposite here would be GBBB. Now we would use our sample space that we created, our 16 possibilities, to answer the following probability questions. In part C, we had find the probability of getting exactly 2 girls. So in this case, we notice that that happens, exactly 2 girls, here, so once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, one more time, once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. So 5 out of 18 possibilities. Rather, 5 out of 16 possibilities, I should say. Exactly 2 girls. For part D, find the probability of at least 1 girl. Well, the only time where you don't have a girl is the case where you have all boys. So 1 minus 15 out of 16, 1 minus 1 out of 16 gives us 15 out of 16. So there are 15 times where you have at least 1 girl, and you could simply add them up if you need to. And finally, the probability that you get a girl followed by a boy, so G and then B. You notice that happens here, here, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times. So 11 out of 16 is our answer for that probability in part E. So now hopefully you've seen with an example of a tree diagram that we use to form a sample space that once you've listed all of the elements of a sample space, it's easier to answer probability questions like the ones in this example. I hope that makes things a little bit clearer, and I think with much practice you can become good at these too. Good luck!